In this video, I will be explaining insane money methods in Roblox Fisch that you guys can use to make millions of credits per hour. And I understand you guys are all at different levels, so I actually have 4 separate methods in this video, 2 for beginner to intermediate players and 2 for advanced players. Anyways, guys, let's get right into it. If this helps you guys at all, make sure to subscribe, all right? The first method is going to be for the beginner to advanced players. And let me make this rain go away real quick. That's super ugly. But yeah, for both of the methods for the beginner to advanced players, the rod that I recommend for you guys to use is called the Zeus rod. And yes, it is very expensive, so I really quickly will say 6 rods. Yes, 6 rods that are kind of similar but also cheaper than the Zeus rod, just in case you don't have it. So the cheapest one only costs 40,000, and it is the Depth Seeker rod. This is probably the most beginner friendly but also very good for money rod. Next up is once again a cheap rod. You can buy both of these in Atlantis, by the way, but the next one is the Champions rod. Once again, a very good rod for grinding as a beginner. The next one I have on here is the Abyssal Spectre rod, and one of the cheapest advanced rods in Atlantis for only 1 million credits. Next, we have the Tempest rod, which is honestly very similar to the Zeus rod, especially in stats, which is why I put it up here. Next, we have the Volcanic rod, which is a very cheap rod. You can actually get it in the first level of the Mariana's Veil, the volcanic vents. And the Volcanic rod is really good. Plus, it only costs 300,000 credits. So for all my people who want a ball on a budget, go ahead and get that Volcanic rod. Next up, we have the Rod of the Depths. It costs 750,000 credits, and I have a tutorial on how to get it on my channel. But if you guys have that one and you do not have the Zeus rod, the Rod of the Depths is a very good replacement. But yeah, those weren't in any particular order. Those are just rods that if you have them instead of the Zeus rod, that is perfectly fine. And if you want to get one of them, you can also do that and continue on with these methods. Okay, so for the first method, you actually first have to go to Sunstone Island. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, but this is mainly for my people with the Zeus rod. Basically, you guys actually have to go over here and buy Merlin's Luck. I know it sounds weird, but basically with the Zeus rod's passive, it actually helps a lot to have that 30% extra luck boost, making Merlin's Luck 100% worth the cost when it comes to fishing with the Zeus rod. So I'm sure most of you guys already know, but you basically go in that hut and you buy a ton of luck. So for however long you're going to grind, buy that amount of luck, like probably around 8 hours worth if you're gonna like AFK fish, and yeah, then we can continue on with the method. Next thing, I actually won't show you where to get it, but you should already know where to get it. It is the baits. The 2 baits I recommend for this is either seaweed, or you could also use coral, but I recommend using seaweed just because it's way cheaper and easier to get. But yeah, overall, I would say use seaweed for the bait, and you should also get an enchantment on the Zeus rod. And even though Steady got nerfed, Steady is still the best enchant for both of the methods I am about to tell you guys about. So yeah, go ahead and enchant your Zeus rod with Steady. And then the first place I'm going to show you guys the method for is at the Grand Reef. No, it's not the Atlantean Storm or the Grand Reef. It is obviously in Atlantis, if you guys already didn't know. And to be completely honest with you guys, there's only one spot in the entire place of Atlantis that you guys should be fishing, and it is the Kraken pool. So you can go ahead and get your super flippers, get your advanced diving gear, and go all the way down to the Kraken pool. And no, you can't just catch Krakens here. You can catch a ton of mythicals, legendaries, and epic fish that will give you tons of XP, and more importantly, a ton of money for you guys who are beginners and intermediate players. Boom, we are at the Kraken pool. But yeah, basically you fish here with your Zeus rod that has Merlin's Luck because you just bought it, along with the seaweed bait, and you have to get Steady on the Zeus rod. If you guys do all those things, also I know some of you guys have the other rods, but literally just fish here, and most likely you're going to want to use seaweed. But yeah, you literally just fish here for as long as possible. You will make a ton of money, but not as much money as this next method I'm about to show you guys. So for this next method, you guys are actually going to have to go ahead and invest in yourself. And a little bit surprising, but yes, we are actually going back to Sunstone Island. And no, we are not buying Merlin's Luck. This is for any rod. I don't don't care if you have the Zeus rod or any other rod that I told you guys is good for this. You have to go to Sunstone Island and buy these things that are in a cave. Boom, boom, boom. When you see Merlin's hut, just take a right and come almost off the mountain, but not quite off the mountain. There actually is a secret cave. I'm sure most of you guys know about it, and if you do, you will also know that I'm about to tell you guys to buy as many sundial totems as you possibly can. Yes, they cost 2,000 credits. No, it is not a waste of money. It is absolutely worth your money. I mean, dude, me personally, I have 814 sundial totems. You don't need anywhere near that much. Probably 50 or even like 25 would be okay for the method. But now here's the next thing you do. You have to go to a location in the Mariana's Veil update, and I am here right now. No, it is not the Challenger's Deep. Also, if you don't know how to actually unlock the Mariana's Veil or get the submarine, you're gonna go ahead and have to watch my Mariana's Veil tutorial. I'll leave that in the description or in like one of the tagged videos. But basically, we're going to the volcanic vents. It's literally the easiest place to get. I'll let you guys know when I'm there. All right, we are here at volcanic vents, but no, this is not where we want to be. You have to actually go to the back, which you guys should already know, but go to the back to where you can actually fish at. And once you guys are here, you are going to put the sundial totems I just told you guys to buy to use. Yeah, that is absolutely a rookie mistake, and no, I'm not going to go back there. But basically, what you guys have to do is change it to daytime, because all the fish in the volcanic vents, you can actually only catch the really good ones at daytime. As you guys can see here, the magma leviathan you can catch at daytime. Same thing with the only mythical and the only legendary, including this rare one and this one as well. All the common ones and the uncommon ones you can only catch at night, basically making it so anytime you fish at day, you will catch a crazy amount of legendaries and mythicals. So yeah, me personally, I think that is 100% the best what am I saying? That is the best method for beginners to intermediate players. Now onto the tips for the advanced players. And all right, so these ones obviously it may seem obvious, but the best rod that you should use is the ethereal prism rod with the steady enchant, and for the bait, either insect or seaweed. Okay, if you don't have the ethereal prism rod, don't worry, I have some substitutions. I'm gonna list them off right now. So for number 5, we have the Zeus rod. It's still super good, and honestly, the Zeus rod is second to the ethereal prism rod. Next, we have the Rod of the Forgotten Fang, which you get at level 750. Very, very good option. We have the Auric rod, which I don't have, but if you guys have it, it is a good option. The No Life rod, the Kraken rod, but only with hasty. And for the last one, matter of fact, that's all it. That's all I wrote down. But yeah, the first method for the advanced players is once again, literally just in volcanic vents at daytime. And this is the best one right now, but I am going to tell you guys one more because this spot is most likely going to get nerfed soon. So if you're having trouble fishing here and you're like, is it nerfed? You can try this second thing out. So for the second thing, once again, you are going to have to use the ethereal prism rod with the steady enchant. Yes, even though it got nerfed. And you're going to want to use either seaweed, because seaweed does give you better resilience. So I would recommend seaweed in this situation, but you can also use insect, because either way, it gives you a perfect insta catch. And the spot you guys are going to be fishing at, you don't need any sundial totems for. You don't need to fish at daytime or nighttime. All you need to do is fish. I'm talking about the Veil of the Forsaken. Currently the best fishing spot in the game, if it wasn't for you know, the volcanic vents being super overpowered right now. But I think it's gonna get nerfed soon, so I think use the Veil of the Forsaken for the overall best spot to fish at with the ethereal prism rod, and you could make up to 3 million per hour. Like, it's absolutely insane money. Anyways guys, I really hope this helped you guys out. If it did, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.